God is amazing. As I'm sitting here watching these waves, I'm sitting here at the beach. And as I'm watching the waves come through, God reminded me of my testimony, of his faithfulness and of his protection, of his sovereign provision. And as I sit here and I watch the waves come in, I'm reminded that no matter the storms in our lives, God still controls how much they affect our lives. And I'm reminded, you just reminded me of my testimony in 2023 when I had to close down my seafood business. That really bothered me because now I got debt, kind of like these waves coming at me. And I don't know what to do. I can't save myself from them. But God was just showing me, if you stay with me, if you stay right here on the seashore with me, I will deliver you. If you will seek me, I will make a way for you. And I'm just reminded again how, I had my resume up on LinkedIn. I wasn't looking for a job because for real, I was praying and open, wanting God to restore my business and grow my business again. Because when I first opened it, things were working out like awesomely. God was pouring customers into my business. Things were happening for me. And then all of a sudden, well, I won't say all of a sudden, but he brought to me, I began to walk in pride. And because of that, not giving him full credit of everything that he had done for me, I just started looking at me, what I accomplished, look at what I did. And when I would talk to people about my business, it was always what I did, forgetting it was the grace and the mercy of God that blessed me to have that business. And so as I'm sitting here looking at these waves, right? You see how they're coming in? They can't overtake me. And God showed me, you didn't want a job, but I had something so much better because I was running the business by myself, working with my children. I had a couple other employees, but my children didn't see it the same way that I did. And it was more than being a blessing, it started becoming a burden for me. And again, I still didn't want to give it up because I wanted God to bless me because I'm a hard worker. I was still going hard at it. I was still doing everything that I needed to do. But then God had somebody, the people that I work for now, find my resume on LinkedIn. Again, wasn't looking for a job. They called me, they reached out, they emailed. I never called them back because initially I thought they were like a temp agency. I didn't want to go that route, right? Because again, I'm still praying. But what I didn't know is when you leave corporate America, working at a law firm before my business, it's hard to go back to working for someone again, you know. But what I didn't realize was God was setting me up to do a work for him in ministry. I had to go to their office 5 days a week. Did not like that, but I bit the bullet because, again, I'm responsible. I still got bills I need to pay. Again, debt is coming in like these waves, but he wasn't letting it overtake me. Lawsuits start coming in, but he still didn't allow it to overtake me. I didn't realize that God was still blessing me in all of that, having to go work for somebody else because now I work remotely for them. I go in the office 1 day a week. God has blessed me with them. They're Christian people. God loves me through them. God blessed me through them. When I first came in, I was financially struggling. God caused them to sow into me, to bless me and my son, to catch up some things. And so I'm saying all this to say, my sister and brother, no matter the wind of the waves that come in at you, no matter the things that are happening, no matter the things that you're praying against, we got to open our hearts and our minds to receive what God may be doing because we're praying about one thing, but we don't know behind the scenes God is doing something supernaturally, something favorable for us. But in the moment, it doesn't look like it because, again, what we want, we're praying about a specific thing. We're praying about A. God, I want you to do A. I really want you to do A, God. But God is saying, no, but I got B and C for you. And although you don't see it now, B and C is going to be so much better. And working for this company, I'm a CPA, have my business degree, my business and accounting degree. And so I'm working for them. And it was just like initially starting out, I would go and I would just be sitting in the office in the dark. I would be crying. I would just be bawling. The owner's wife would come in and she would see me sitting in the dark and she was, are you okay? And she would want to pray for me. But again, in all of this, my testimony is this. My sister and brother, no matter what you're going through, no matter how much the waves are coming in your life, no matter how much you are about to be overtaken by death, eviction, lack, fear, doubt. You don't know how you're going to make it. I just want to encourage you to know, my sister and brother, we serve a sovereign God. God can do all things but fail. God is faithful. And again, you see how these waves are coming in? Beautiful, aren't they? But notice, They're not overtaking me. And many of you will say, well, because you're standing back a little and you're not really walking up in them. You know what? That is you staying in God. You not getting so far out there trying to make things happen for yourself. You not trying to do things in your own strength. You are staying on the shore right with God. You're staying close to him. You're staying faithful to reading and meditating on his word, trusting him to move and do what he is calling you to do. Don't fear, my sister and brother. I want you to know this. The enemy is always going to try to bring circumstances and situations in your life to cause you to fear and cause you to doubt. He's going to bring things that are going to look like they're going to overtake you. I had 14 lawsuits coming against me because, again, people want their money. You have a business. Yeah, we was giving you our product and our services. We want our money. I get that. Some of the people I can pay, not everybody I can pay. And so with that being said, God in his sovereignty, because he knew I meant well. He knew I meant well. He knew my heart's desire was to pay people. My heart's desire was to run a successful business. What did God do? God got rid of I got 2 more lawsuits left, and I'm still believing God to get rid of those 2. God is faithful, my sister and brother. Just trust him. Stay on the seashore with him. Don't get far out there. Don't try to fix things in your own strength. Don't listen always to the experts. Now, the Bible tells us, in wise counsel we'll have victory, meaning you search for people that know more than you. You ask their advice, but never go to anybody else before you go to God. You trust God in all things. You trust God to lead and guide you, and that's what I did. You know, for me, God was closing the door on bankruptcy because initially my thing was, okay, well, maybe I can file bankruptcy. I see everybody else do it. But can I tell you, nobody would allow me to file for 7, 11, or 13. Because one of the caveats to 7 was that I was going to have to surrender my home. And even then they told me, well, even after you surrender your home, yeah, you have equity in it, but you're still going to have about $200,000 worth of debt that you're still going to be responsible for. So in my mind, what sense did that make? I'm going to give up my home, now have no place to stay, now not be able to have a place to stay because nobody's going to give me an apartment with bad credit and bankruptcy. God was shutting every door because God wanted me to trust him. And can I tell you, my sister and brother, God is slowly every day restoring me. No, my credit's not built back up, but now 3 people have given me a credit card to start restoring my credit. And no, it's not a secured card. It's just a credit. You know, they sent me an offer. Hey, this is what we're offering. We know right now people are having challenges. They gave me a credit, and I'm rebuilding myself only because of the grace of God. So I just want to say to you, I don't care where you are right now. And I know the wind and the waves, the storms seem like they're going to overtake you. The debt is going to overtake you. The loss is going to overtake you. You don't know how you're going to make it. I want you to stay in faith, trust in God. God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we may ask or think. God is sovereign. God is faithful. All of heaven and earth belongs to him. All he requires is your trust. And I say this to you. All I did was stay in my word. Yes, I cried, but I stood on the promises of Abraham, Deuteronomy. I stood on the promise of God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, Hebrews 13:8. I stood on the promises that God is no respecter of persons, Romans 2:11. So if I saw where he has done it in the word of God and people made the mistakes and got themselves in the situations that they were in, I still believe that God would do it for me. And so I just want to encourage you, my sister and brother, stay in faith. I know it looks hard right now. I know you don't know how you're going to make it, but I just come to tell you, just as I'm watching these waves come in, God just reminded me of a testimony of all the storms that were happening in your life. I didn't allow any of them to overtake you. I was there with you. I kept you. And as long as you stayed in my arms, right next to me, right with me, none of it has overtaken you. And my sister and brother, none of it will overtake you. Stay in faith. Know that God is faithful. God will do the same for you. I'm no more special than you. I have challenges. I made the mistake, and I confess that to God. It was my fault that I was in the situation that I was in. But you know what? God says I'm a restorer, and he restored everything that I lost. Everything that I lost. He's rebuilding my credit. I'm also wiser now with credit, not being, I won't say solely dependent on it, but very dependent on it. I'm not there anymore. And so I say to you, my sister and brother, just trust God. They're coming in, but they won't overtake you. They will not. Shalom.